No, it's really good. Hey guys, welcome back to After the Island. I'm Elizabeth,
And I'm Leo.
and we are back today to discuss episode 5. That was wild.
Oh my god. And like we had like the sneak peek of when Kira, that's how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Kira.
Yeah, we had the sneak peek of when she came in, and I was like, we could tell that she's gonna go for Megan based on who she went for before in her past. But then when Ray's talking about, oh, but she also likes dudes like Curtis, then Curtis got mad excited. I was like, okay, like I could rock with this as well. And I was like,
It
okay,
is,
here
I
we
know,
go.
and it's so crazy because this was the exact way Kira came into our season 2. So like we were season 1, we had like
Uh-huh.
all the couples had just coupled up, and then they
Mhm.
had Kira come in as like the first bombshell, and then she got to pick at the first recoupling who she was
Who
going to
she
couple
wanted
up
to be
with.
with. Yeah.
So it was like the same thing, except for the first time hers was more of like a steal.
Mhm.
So it was kind of exciting to see her be back in that role 4 years later doing the same kind of like steal thing. Because
Yeah,
she's
like the
so
whole
good
like
for
full
that
circle
role.
thing.
Yeah, and she's so perfect for that role too. Like I feel like
Mhm.
she really like commands the villa.
And it was cool because you could feel her presence when she walks in.
Oh,
And that was like
totally.
a jump point it was like the first thing I noticed. But going back to the start of the episode, Lisa
Yeah.
seems annoyed at the girls for wanting her out. But the reasoning
Oh,
made
yeah.
sense. Like Imani's reasoning made perfect sense.
Oh,
Lisa,
I
you're super
agree.
athletic, you had a great partner, and that's a horrible thing that I want for myself because if you have
Yeah.
that, and that just means more competition.
But like she also was very outspoken about being like, I'm here to play a game, like I'm a boss, like then okay, then we can say the reasoning is because you're here to play the game.
Exactly. And then she's like, "Oh, but you guys know how I feel about Curtis." I'm like, Lisa, are you here to play the game like you said, or are you gonna fall in love with Curtis? Like, I'm
So
trying
I
to figure
I
it out.
totally agree with both sides of that, and I almost have this weird cushion for Lisa because I think there might be a little bit of a cultural barrier.
How
Like,
so?
I think, like, because she's Swedish and her
Uh-huh.
translation in her words, I don't think is translating, like, for instance, I had a friend that was dating this guy who was, like, super, super Italian, like, literally, he lived in Italy, and they
Oh
would get in
yeah,
fights, so and this kinda went the same with, who from your season got it? Victor.
Victor. I was just gonna say that
Translation,
Victor would
yeah.
get in fights, and I
So,
felt
some
bad that I wasn't
languages
there.
yeah, they don't translate the same. So you could say like, I am very mad with you, but it would translate to like, I'm so fucking upset with you.
Yeah, because
So you're like,
it doesn't go
whoa.
back and forth the same way.
So I'm wondering if like some of the things Lisa has said seem harsher than
Than what
she's
she's
meant
her
it because she,
intentions.
yeah, because she comes across so soft to me.
Hmm. She's a
But
very soft-spoken person. So like when Imani was telling her like her peace of mind, I didn't think Imani was wrong. But now that I'm thinking
no,
about it
no.
like that, like I also don't think Lisa's wrong because of the culture, like the culture barrier right there. Like she could say
Yeah,
something in Norwegian that would make sense in her language, but to say it in English would be like, oh my god, who would ever say that? But it's not her
yeah.
intentions.
Someone in the chat wrote she's getting a very cold lover girl edit, and I
Yeah,
totally agree with that.
for real though.
She's
And
like an
then
icy queen. But
I was also
Imani
gonna.
was like fully I love that Imani was so composed in the way she was explaining to her. Like it didn't feel threatening. It was very just, this is how I feel.
Yeah.
This is my point. It wasn't like, because I said this, like it didn't feel like she was attacking her. It was very like so calm, cool, collected. Like, honey, this is what I said, and
I agree with it, and that was
I
the part that I
I would say it
laughed at.
again.
Because
Yeah.
Lisa was like saying like, "Oh, I didn't like that you guys saying I was aggressively playing the games," and Armani just probably just like, "But you were," but it wasn't like rude. It's just letting her know like that's how they're all truly perceiving it.
Yeah. You're like, but you are saying that you are
Yeah.
supposed to be not, like, maybe make that a little bit more known too.
Hmm. And then I think the friendships are being put aside for people to win now because the girls seem to be all girls, and the guys seem to be homie. And then now that the challenges are going on, like they're having conversations like, "Wow, like you can't even trust your friends for real."
Yeah. Except for I do think that Sally and Justine will still have each other's back. Like
I think
there's no
that's
world.
undoubted. Like that'll never change.
Yeah, I think there's no world where one of them votes to put the other one out, like a vote
Yeah.
one of their other couples out or something, no matter who that is. I also, this was the first episode where I really felt like I could tell Justine is super into Jack and he's really into her too. And I
Because of
thought for
the
some
bedtime
reason,
scene.
Yeah, even just like all the little moments they were having, or like just the way he'd
Yeah,
like touch her back walking across the villa
yeah,
versus in some other episodes, I thought maybe Justine was more interested in Curtis actually. And I take it
yeah.
back now. I think
Now
she's
it
like
looks more
is into
mutual.
Jack.
Uh-huh. Another
Hmm.
part that like seemed like a bond could be building is when Jess was ranting. I think she was begging to Megan about how she feels about Liberty and Johnny, and the camera switches up to Liberty and Johnny in the pool, and I was like, "That's hella romantic." And Jess is out there chilling. She's like, "Yeah, like I don't even know what to do. Just feeling." I'm like, "Bro, like you can see what he's feeling."
Yeah. So I agree with Liberty on this, not Jess. Like I think it's kind of like it's a dog eat dog world in the villa. Like you have to go for what you want and you can't just sit back and be like, "Oh, well she's being aggressive about it, whatever." Like you need to be aggressive about it too. You can't be like upset that she's being aggressive,
Yeah,
but maybe your gameplay is to sit back and let her be forward and then see if he'll come to you after, which seems like that ended up working without her even knowing. But
hmm
I feel like you can't like fault someone for their type of gameplay.
exactly. And when Jess has the conversation with Liberty by like the blue fire pit, well now yellow, um, they're having a conversation, and it was the funniest thing to me. Jess is pouring her heart out, and Liberty just sitting there like this. Like, girl, you're here for Love Island games. It's not fully Love Island, right?
Yeah.
So when Liberty's like putting her like stepping on toes and just going hard for what she wants, I don't see anything wrong with that. She's there to find her true match to win these challenges. And Jess,
Yeah.
I think she's just taking it a little too personal. But I did
Yeah.
feel bad when Jess expressed how she was truly feeling after the after
Yeah.
the fact. She was like, I just
I
don't like being a second option, and like I kind of just wish you could see it differently in that moment of time. That like, oh, maybe you're not a second option. Maybe it's just like people have a better connection when it pertains to winning these challenges. And I would like it just sucks seeing her overthink that for no reason.
Yeah, I know. And I did like to see emotion out of Jess because it really was, it felt very real then the minute you see like tears or emotion, you're like, okay,
Yeah,
like she really is hurting. But
yeah.
it's so crazy to me to see these like alpha people kind of break down and crumble
And
inside
fold on what
because
day four?
someone has to, because they're all alphas in a villa of all alphas that like they can't all be alphas. Like
And they
someone
can't
has to
bash heads
become
every day.
honorable.
Yeah. Nah,
Yeah,
that's facts though.
I
And
know.
then when Kyra comes in, she talks to Curtis and Megan. And it was funny when Megan came in, like you could almost to me, like I'm a big believer in like the eyes never lie, right? So when
Hmm.
Megan sees Kyra, she's like, oh. And like
Kira.
there's almost like that instant, like, okay, like I kind of want that girl. And she was in her beach shut talking about, oh, she looks like she has an Instagram filter on like all the time in person.
Yeah,
So I was like, she really got
she's
in it right now.
mesmerized. Yeah, you
Yeah,
could tell that she was mesmerized by Kira right away.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And then
I
oh, keep
but
going.
I feel like who else? Oh, Callum. Everyone's been roasting me for how I pronounce his name. It's Callum or Cullum. How am I saying it? Is Callum?
I thought it was Cullum.
Is it Cullum or Callum?
Someone
I
say in the
don't
chat.
someone say in
Someone
the
put the
chat, but I
pronunciation.
know that name I can't pronounce for some reason. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not even sure which one it is, but he's by far my favorite. Either way,
Uh-huh.
he is so fucking funny. But he was like chatting to Megan, right? Because or
Yeah.
Kira, or he was so funny. He was like, "How does this like work?" He was like, "I've never had to compete with another woman for another woman before, so I'll have to figure that out."
Oh my god! And then he gets butthurt when because when Kira picks Megan, Megan goes, "Oh, I would have," or she would be like, "I would have picked her if I had like if I had the chance
Yeah,
to." And then he's just sitting there like, "Damn!" Like after me letting you know how I felt, like you could just see he was butthurt after that moment.
yeah. No, I agree. I'm laughing. I'm looking at the chat and it's Leviosa, not Leviosa. Because it's
Leviosa,
Callum. You know from Harry Potter that scene where they're Hermione's like, it's Leviosa, not Leviosa. Because you're not saying it right. But
yeah,
yeah,
because we
okay.
sound like two
Anyways,
idiots not saying
yeah,
this
so it's
man's name
Callum.
right.
No, it's
Callum,
Callum. Callum. Yeah.
Callum, all right,
It's Callum, not Cullum.
Callum,
Callum.
Callum. I don't know if I
Callum.
can pronounce that.
Callum.
Callum.
Yes.
Corum. All right. And I said Jess and Johnny were having a conversation in bed, and Liberty gave Johnny a hug, and I was like, I didn't think Liberty was trying to step on toes, and she's just saying goodnight. And Jess
Yeah,
was
that
like,
was fine.
and I was like, she better cry for real.
I know. And then were you shocked when Johnny picked
Was I shocked? That was the biggest shocker
Jess?
of the whole show because how is okay? This is where I think bro is being a menace.
Yeah.
How are you in the pool with Shorty? She's twirling around like you're in a Disney movie, right? You talk to her every night. You talk to her through the days. You give her a
Got the
little best
hugs
every
in the
now and then.
bed.
And then at the recoupling, you go, nah, check this out. I don't even want the girls with all the time. I want the other one who's complaining about not getting enough attention.
Oh, I know. Do you think he made it more of like a strategic pick? Like he thought she'd be a better partner for games? Because I
Well,
think
last
Johnny
time
is
I
like very
checked, Des
smart.
folded like a paper sheet when she went up against Megan. So I don't think that makes sense. I
That's
think
so
like
true. You're right. She
compet-
did
like
fold
I think
equally.
competition wise, Liberty is better, right?
Yeah.
And chemistry wise,
So far,
Liberty is
yeah.
better.
I know. I think he was just. Do you think he was just trying to stir the pot to be the villain of the show?
100%. It doesn't even make sense. Like if I ask bro right now, like it still wouldn't make sense.
Did you watch the reel he posted today?
Yeah, I did. It
So
was
funny.
funny as hell. He was like, it was
so
a Thanos
funny.
thing.
The memes that have come out of this season so far
It's
are
stupid.
so funny. Like,
And it's like him and Ray going back and forth, and it's so funny to watch. Like
it's
Ray was
so
like,
funny.
bro, like throw me my fair one. He's like, you saw what happened last time, right? And they're like, they're like, what are you talking about? It's like episode 2. I was like, damn. But yeah, nah, it's getting messy, but like in the most entertaining way.
I know. Someone
In a
wrote
way
the
where
chat,
no one
they were
should
like,
truly be butthurt.
yeah. Someone wrote in the chat, they were like, Johnny is playing for drama. And I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I totally agree. He is.
Johnny's being a demon.
I love it though. We need it. We need a villain.
Oh, come on.
Like, I
It
love
wouldn't be a good show without it.
Yeah,
Like,
of course. I'm
oh my
okay.
God.
So I'm so curious. So Kira comes in. She's with Megan. Everyone else kind of shakes out to where I thought they would be. Was there anything else like monumental that happened? I did like the deep conversation with Megan and Kira about being able to open up and be themselves and kind of be that. Kira was like, I'm that person for a lot of people to come and be able to talk to if they want to come out or anything, which is great because I mean, I think
because they're both openly
model for
bi, right?
anyone. What's up?
Kira and Megan are both openly bi.
Yes. Yeah.
And then there was one other little thing I noticed that like could play a role in the future. So when Kira starts having a conversation with Curtis,
yeah,
they're like going for a walk, and she's like, "Oh, I play piano." Oh, she was like, "I was in a band. My sister played piano and sings, and I sang and did this." And he's like, "Oh, like I'm a Latin dancer, I think, or something like that." But just knowing that they could have potential chemistry just off of what they like to do in the real world, I was like, that could be like a question mark if things doesn't work out with her and Megan.
Right. It could. Yeah, there's a lot of open areas.
Yeah.
Megan is smart too. Like Megan is a game player.
Oh,
like
100% she is.
Like, I don't know if you saw Megan on her season, but she knows what's going on. Like Megan understands Love Island.
You don't think Kira does too?
Oh, 100%. Like I would say they both equally understand the game. If this is like they're viewing it as more of a game than the love part of Love Island, then yeah, they're both up there in like top competitors in my mind, like top alphas.
Only way I could see their partnership going wrong is Kira catching feelings for Megan, because I think Megan like knows when to like turn off her heart in order to like win something.
I agree.
I feel like Kira wears her heart all the way on her sleeve, where she's like, "Oh, if I'm falling for you, I'm gonna let you know, and if you crush my heart, then fuck, I'll just have to thug it out."
I would say that's kind of how Kira felt on my season. I don't know if you watched my season, but Kira really liked Cashel, and then she wasn't sure about Cashel, so she switched and she picked a new guy, and then Cashel went home, and then she was like, shit, I made the wrong decision, and then it was like super in her feels, so then like she left to go be with him.
Like I didn't know the whole storyline.
He literally flew home, got back from Fiji, got right back on the flight, and went back to meet her at the villa when she walked out.
Wait.
Yeah, and from my season.
He dipped out of Fiji.
He went all the way back, landed in LA, and then Kira was like, must have called him and like, hey, like I left or whatever.
And flew back on his own money to Fiji.
No, not on his own money. I don't think it was his own money. But
Jesus Christ, down tremendous.
I know. So they had like a little reunion like outside the villa, which was crazy.
Why the hell? She couldn't pull up to LA? Oh my God.
I know, is that crazy?
Bro is down bad. He's whipped. That's crazy.
Someone else said Kira in the chat. Someone's like, Kira's been on a million reality shows, so she also knows how to play the game. This is so true. Kira does have a lot of experience with reality TV, so that's definitely going to give her an edge for the gameplay side of this.
But here's the thing, though. All of us have been on Love Island. All of those motherfuckers have enough experience, right?
Yeah.
So, for example, Johnny, Imani, who was just on my season, she knows our villa like it's guerrilla warfare. Like she knows every single spot where things go crazy, where like you want to spice the mood up, fucking soul ties. And I'm just like, here we go. Like they all have their own game plan, and I'm just trying to figure out who's gonna slip it up first.
I know. Well, I think too, the way things get like shot to shit is when there's real feelings involved. Like, because they can all have the best gameplay in mind. They can all be so smart, alpha this, alpha that, calculated this, experience that. But the minute you have real feelings,
it don't mean shit.
It's like you're screwed.
Exactly.
Like it will affect everything.
Yeah. And that's the hardest part about games that I'm learning. Like, you have to learn to not wear your heart on your sleeve while spending all this time with a person of your actual interests. And if they're a good partner and a good romantic connection, then it's like, then you're like, okay, well, which one is really going to get me to the end here? Especially because it's just games. Like, they're doing challenges. And then they could swap out based on who's last, who's first, who gets voted home out of nowhere. And it's like, it doesn't work the same as Love Island. Like, Love Island, you move with your heart, right?
Right.
But here it's like, okay, do I think by myself?
Think about.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it all has the ripple effect.
Exactly. You have to think about what's going to happen from your move right there to like the end of the show.
No, totally. And before we get into any more conspiracy theories and some other things that I definitely wanted to cover, we're going to take a brief moment to hear from one of our sponsors.
So if I were to ask you to name all members of the Avengers, could you answer in under 15 seconds? If the answer is yes, if the answer is yes, I definitely couldn't either. But if the answer is yes, then you need to play Trivia Star. So Trivia Star is a free mobile trivia game with over 60 different categories that you get to choose from, including music, TV, animals, and celebrities.
Ooh.
Choose the correct answer from multiple choices and beat the clock, you move on to the next level. Personally, I'm gonna have to I'll have to do the music part because
I was good at the animal one.
Yeah, everything else I'm not gonna pass with. So if it sounds simple, but the questions get harder over the time. But if you get stuck, don't worry. You can use coins and gems to get hints and beat the level. If you love trivia like I do, and she does, then you love Trivia Star. Right now, Trivia Star is offering over 2,500 coins and 500 gems when you download it and play today. So Trivia Star has thousands of 5-star reviews in the Apple Store and is the #1 trivia game on the App Store today. Download it today to change yourself and challenge yourself.
I like that. I want to download it. I actually Googled, this is like so weird, but I actually Googled a trivia game for like dinosaurs because someone asked me if I knew what a Brachiosaurus was, and I was like so wrong of what I thought it was. And
then I was stranger?
Like, it's the one with the really long neck.
That's the one that eats like the just trees.
Stars. Yeah, just
like the giraffe looking one.
Yeah, the giraffe looking one. Yeah. So I didn't know that. So then I was doing a quiz, and I was like, wow, I forgot a lot of this. So it was a good little refresh. But I like playing.
It's like a good way to like enjoy
taxis.
What happened?
Like when you play trivia on like airplanes or taxis.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's a good way to pass time with your friends if you're going on a long trip or if you're just bored. Could be a good drinking game. You never know.
Yeah, or just to show someone out that you're smarter than them.
Real. So I know what this dinosaur is. Check me out.
I'm just picturing them doing a trivia challenge now in Love Island Games, and it being like about like history or something, and Callum just saying the funniest shit.
Who is the first president of the United States? Abraham Lincoln. Like.
Yeah, well, he's not from the U.S., so he actually might not know.
That's a fair point. I can't give him all that shit.
What do you think okay, so they said the stakes for the next challenge, like on tonight's episode, are going to be the highest they've ever been. Do you think someone will get dumped based on the challenge or based on like the game they're playing?
I think, and hear me out, and this is just based off experience, right? Mind you, there's never been a Love Island Games before. But remember when people get eliminated at the start, it just be one person at a time. However, there's still more bombshells to come in, and this show isn't that long. So I'm thinking, based on this next challenge, a whole couple can go home.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Because it'd be too simple of like, oh, bottom couple, we just select this person, they go by, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? But it's too easy to target people like that. But when
Yeah.
your whole couple can go out, and mind you, the producers know that people are trying to make alliances. That gets
Mhm.
boring as hell. Oh my god, like be nice to me, I'll be nice to you. Fuck that.
Ooh.
That's L television. So the producers know
Oh,
that okay, we're gonna split all these stupid ass alliances apart, and someone's gonna have to go
that's so
crazy.
true.
And if you're an L man's and an L woman's, that ass is going home packing to LAX. Simple.
Oh, that's so true. They're definitely gonna. Oh, someone says they think the winner will just get immunity for the next dumping. I feel like they already did an immunity one,
Yeah,
so
they
they're
don't
not
do
going to do
immunity too
immunity again.
often.
'Cause they said it's going to be something we haven't done yet, or it's going to be the highest stakes ever, which means it has to be leveling up from like what the other one was.
Yeah.
So I think a whole couple will have to be dumped. And okay, on your season when Ariana Maddox
Yeah.
came in, did she do a dumping? Like, did she dump someone or no?
She didn't dump somewhere herself, right? So we did like ironically we did like a trivia type of thing.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
within your partners. So
Oh
whoever
wait, well they
came
told
dead
them they had to
last,
do that too. They said
What
you're gonna have to get to know your partner.
yeah.
They said, yeah, they did kind of tip us off that it's gonna be how well you know your partner.
So they could do the same type of thing, but with us,
Yeah.
right? So it was Hannah and Marco who won the whole thing.
Yeah.
And they could save someone because they had immunity, but they could save someone else.
Oh,
So they saved me and Anna because we were coupled up together at the time. And then
Yeah.
that's when we all went to the mud bath date. But as soon as like we came back, it was like a couple would have to get sent home.
that I'm not over the mud bath date. That was horrible.
That
I was
was
watching it horrified because I was covered in worms at one point in Fiji. So I was just like, well, I went in a waterfall and I came out and I was like, I thought it was mascara and makeup on my face and I like went like this.
I would
and I
actually
looked and it
throw
was
up.
covered in worms. Oh yeah, I mean,
But I mean,
huge
I
deal.
like
And they
the
didn't
mud
air
bath,
any
but
of
it
it.
was awkward.
Yeah, it's so funny. Okay, but so I'm thinking, okay, wait, it says I saw the sneak peek on YouTube. Imani and Ray have to make someone vulnerable to be dumped. Whoa. So they're
I
gonna
mean,
pick a winning couple will pick a couple to be vulnerable tonight.
That's violation. Also, who the hell you think they're gonna pick?
I don't know. They're so nice. Both of
That's
them are
the thing.
so
And Imani
sweet.
just had to talk with Lisa. I was thinking she probably sent Lisa's ass home, but she just was like, he was like, "Oh my god, Imani, like, I thought we were friends." And then Imani's like, "Listen, girlie, you're a little too good at this shit, so I'm gonna send you home," which makes sense. We could be friends in the outside world and kick it,
Yeah.
not here. But if Imani does this, then I think she's too worried about her friendship to actually send them home.
I don't think Ray will want to send Justine or Selly home. I feel like he
Of course
has
not, because
allegiance
they're
to
in
them.
together like this.
Yeah. Same with Johnny. It won't be Johnny, especially since Imani was kind of like at one point a team with Johnny.
Yeah.
They're not going to do that. So I'm wondering. Everyone
You know
thinks
what
it's
they
going
don't
to
show
be
this
Ethan
season?
Curtis. It's definitely not Callum. He's like not going anywhere. There's no shot. Callum.
No shot. He's chilling.
And same with Kira and Megan. They're not going home. They're staying.
Unless Lisa somehow has the power, but like that would be a really petty move of Lisa. So I don't see Cullen going home. But
no.
Wait, no, I'm thinking of the wrong name. My fault. I was thinking of not Cullen.
Okay.
What was I just gonna say?
Someone in the chat wrote, they were like, I hope there's more physical challenges, like how the Johnny and Ray challenge was. I hope they mix some of those in too. It's so funny. Like, I hope it's not all like puzzles or trivia stuff. Like, I hope it's some like physical stuff too.
Yeah. So far, I think the first two challenges were my favorite two to watch. The roulette shit made me want to throw up. Like, I almost turned off the whole thing.
I hate that stuff.
I hate but one thing I remembered was one thing they don't show on this is the pillow talk at night.
Wait, someone wrote Callum like California.
Wow.
Hilarious. Okay, wait, what did they do? What did you say? What did they talk about?
I said in this show, they don't do one thing that they do in all of our other seasons. Is show a lot of the pillow talk at night.
Oh yeah, they don't show that.
Like, you mean to tell me that you just go to sleep next to this fine ass person, it's just good night, but there's no conversation at all? The math is not math.
Yeah.
Like, they're definitely strategizing or saying like, oh, if you go do this, then I'd love to stay like on a romantic level with you, but I'm gonna couple up with this person.
Yeah.
That's why I think with the Jess and Johnny thing, I'm like, there's no fucking way Johnny goes from spending the whole day with Liberty to be like, yo, Jess, come through, shorty. Like, I actually wanted you the whole time, but I was playing hard to get.
Nah. Yeah. And just to tease it a little bit, we already know that we're missing some of the drama because
Yeah.
Steph told us about the truth or dare game they played, and there was like
A
a
whole bunch of other
pretty,
stuff that we missed.
pretty big fight that went down that they didn't air.
Yeah.
Not like fight, but like some bickering
But some
between
bickering.
and Lisa was involved in it. She was one of the people, and I was shocked because I'm like, okay, that would have changed things too. Like I don't know. I'm like, why didn't they air it?
No, that's what I'm
I'm
saying. It's
interested.
like that's crucial. That's crucial footage to me, at least.
Yeah.
And he was like, especially when you're talking about, oh, we started just winging, we're just winging the dares and all that. I was like, dog, like that is
We did that on our
the
season.
best part of it.
Yeah, we ran out, and so we just started coming up with random things. It was really funny.
I was like, bro, I would kill to see that footage.
Someone goes, is Johnny playing hard to get, or is he playing?
Johnny out here for the scripts, but it's
He's
funny
playing. He is
because
not
he's
playing
just
hard to
playing
get.
games. Like he's there for the right reasons of Love Island games. Like I don't think he's trying to find his next shorty, but you know,
Johnny is a top competitor in this.
100%. Bro is trained mentally for this.
I know.
There's no way.
It's just like all so funny. I can't wait to have him on the podcast. To just
I'm gonna start screaming.
I want like the inside thought process of like his whole journey. Like I want him to be like, so this is what I was really thinking, and then this is what I thought here, and then this is what I thought in here.
He said, and then at the end, I did this.
Yep. Okay, so I feel like that's pretty much it. I'm excited to watch tonight. Everyone, make sure you like this video while you're here. Quick recap, but honestly, there wasn't too much that really happened in this episode. Excited to watch tonight. I also noticed the episodes they're what, Monday through Friday?
I think maybe Monday through Thursday. I could be wrong though.
Yeah, but I hope they add more people tonight too. I hope they do a quick dumping after the challenge, and then they quickly add more people just to like zhuzh it all up before the weekend. Yeah, like I don't want it to get too slow, but I feel like the cadence has been really good so far.
Yeah, I also don't think they're gonna keep it slow at any point of time because
no, they're not.
That's when the feelings truly start to develop.
Yeah.
Like, now the games will get boring if people actually start falling in love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or not even just that. Like I feel like sometimes it just feels like Love Island can feel slow, like bring more people in. Yeah. But I feel like it hasn't felt slow yet.
Yeah.
I feel like their cadence has been really good.
Yeah. That's why they brought in Mike and Imani when they did before Casa instead of putting them in Casa. Because our season was just getting slow at that point.
Yeah. I feel like Love Island's really US is kind of learning the cadence really well of
but okay, now it's time to spice it up.
Because US people get comfortable quicker than the UK people do. Like the UK people are very good about like staying open and the options, and then US will be like,
close the doors right now. It's me or nobody.
Exactly. Okay, so someone said this show is every night but Saturday. Will there be irregular times for these recaps? We're gonna try to get on a regular time of doing them kind of like around now. That way it's before we're recapping the episode from the night before the new one airs. So I feel like that makes the most sense because, and Leo's on EST, so like he would end the episode at what 10 p.m.
At like 10 p.m.
The recap would be 10 to 11. Leo's still in school, so that's too late. He needs to go to bed.
Class at 8 a.m.
It's his bedtime.
That's crazy.
Today. Yeah, and then we'll still have all the Islanders on once they're voted off, even though they're technically all back already, which would be really fun. They should bring on Mike from your season, Leo. Oh my God, that would be so fun.
That'd be fun. If I saw him on there, I'd start dying.
I'm also, everyone that's listening, stay tuned. I'm getting it set up today, a Discord chat for everyone watching the show to join for After the Island. I know we used to have a Discord, but I'm going to revamp it up and have like an open chat that can just be going whenever so we can pull for these lives because it'll be really fun. They should have had a Casa on this. Maybe they will. I don't know.
Imagine.
I feel like they couldn't. That'd be too much. I wouldn't be able to follow the
people for a Casa.
I literally wouldn't be able to follow the plot line. Someone wrote, why didn't they bring in anyone from season 3 USA? Apparently there's like a hidden thing that they just like don't like season 3 Love Island USA. But I always joke they don't like season 1, but I think it's just they don't like Alex and I.
Yeah. But, I was like,
maybe they don't like season 3. I don't know. But okay, the episode's tonight, and then stick around for our interview with Steph. You guys are gonna love it.
Yeah, but Steph was a character.
Leave a comment down below of what you think this like unexpected thing's gonna be for like, do you think someone's gonna get dumped? Do you think the winning couple is going to get to pick who's dumped. Let me know your thoughts. We want to know. Drop them down below so we can see it in the comments. And give this video a like. And we will see you guys back tomorrow. And we'll see you back in the chat because we'll be chatting during Steph's interview. It is like tears laughing worthy.
Yeah.
It is so funny.
Like might start crying.
Wild. He's wild. I'm like not over him. I like rewatched it back today and I was like, holy shit.
Bro had no filter at all.
Literally none. I was like, okay. In the first 5 seconds, I was like, this is why they picked him for the show.
The math was mathing there, no doubt.
Yeah, it like didn't come across on TV as good as that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So stick around for that. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. And thank you again to Trivia Star for sponsoring this episode.
Go download that app today.
Yeah, download that app, like this video, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye.